I mean, at this point, I think. That's what it seems like.
Yeah, sure. Welcome to Evilive, live media commentary of the show. This is a question. Why is Rule in this show? You only get that if you're a Willow fan. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, because today we are reviewing What We Do in the Shadows, Season 6, Episode 8, P.I. Undercover.
Yeah, this was an interesting one.
New York.
New York. Yes, New York.
Initial thoughts?
Yeah. What the fuck is Rule doing in this one? I
Kevin Pollak, man.
fucking love that they're just throwing people around. It's just like there's not even any like trying to be sly about shit. Just what the fuck? Wah!
It was a weird episode. Like, I just felt odd watching it. It was just like, all right, well, are we just sort of like doing like a callback to like strange one-off episodes? Because I felt like there was like a trajectory that was happening, and this episode did not feel a part of that.
Yeah, like all the episodes up till now like have at least a little bit of the season through line.
Yeah.
This was just, we've got 3 episodes left. Let's just do something wacky.
Yeah.
No consequences, just whatever.
And I think, like, in general, I'm here for that when it comes to What We Do in the Shadows.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing that this is the final season, I'm sort of like, don't waste the time. Like, let's just keep going.
Well, especially because like all of this, like they've been on record of saying that this season wasn't necessary, but they're like, well, we had it anyway, so we're just going to wrap up everybody's story arc. Yeah, and we're getting that. Yeah, it was an interview that just came out like yesterday or some shit. I don't remember. But yeah, it's like every other episode, like, yeah, you kind of get it. Oh, okay, well, the guide, she's either going to be with Nandor or she's going to be with Jerry. So we got that character. The Baron's been in it, blah, blah, blah. Like we get clues to how people are going to finish out Eternity.
Yeah.
This one was just like, Guillermo really likes a TV show, and apparently they're just randomly shooting at their place.
Like at the beginning, I thought with the commentary that Nandor was having, and Laszlo specifically, like they were taking the piss out of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
About how actors consider themselves and what sets are like, and directors, and like the whole, like out of context of shooting a series and stuff. I was like, oh, they're just having fun. They're like making fun of themselves. This is great.
Yeah, and then flating the writer.
yeah. And then like halfway through, I was like, well, maybe they're not doing that. Maybe this is just like a one-off, because they're not carrying through with that. They're now just sort of becoming star fuckers or something. And I don't know, it was strange. It felt very odd about halfway through. I was like really on board initially, and I was just like, but you know what? Even my least favorite of this season episode is better than most episodes in other shows that I watch. So
right.
All right.
Yeah, it was definitely weird when the trajectory changed, where it started off as, Laszlo and Nandor were like, fuck, this is a war. They are coming after us. We must beat them. Yeah. And then Nandor goes into the trailer and walks out a production assistant and is just like confused with a vest and a walkie-talkie, and immediately buys into it.
Maybe that's why I got so pissed, is because like I can't find a fucking gig, and this motherfucker just stumbled into it.
I mean, and
it makes me angry.
That's all I gotta do sometimes. I mean, I would not be where I am today if I hadn't just randomly showed up to things and been like, no, I'm pretty sure I belong here.
I think Chris does have a good point here. Fewer episodes means that each episode has added pressure to be really great, or to outshine, or to have some sort of memorable, moment. In any case, this is directed by Kyle Nowacek, which is a departure from, the past few episodes we've been watching. Written by Max Brockman, premiered, of course, November 25, before Turkey Day. So we didn't really set it up, but ultimately Nandor and Laszlo are walking home. They find out that there's a TV series being filmed on their street, and they're literally just like in their fucking yard and shit, which is not something that happens. Like you need to get permits and approvals, and there's all sorts of like processes that go into place before you can actually start shooting something, especially something that's supposed to be like high production value, like PI Undercover New York, as we all know, is very high production value.
Yeah, I mean they're on their 3rd season, so I mean they're a well-looped machine. There should be contracts. At least some legal notices sent out.
I love the immediate reaction is we must destroy them.
Yeah.
And then they go to fucking Guillermo and he's just like, I have their lunchbox. He's like a huge fan of the whole fucking thing. And look, I'm a big Kevin Pollak fan too. Like anything he's in, it's good. He's never done a shit job. He's a good actor. I just can't really see him as like the leading actor in anything. He's like a good comedic side guy, or he does a great Walken impression, like a great Walken impression. Or, you know, he's just like a good friend of the main guy. He's not the main guy type of guy.
Yeah. Well, I think that was part of the funny aspect of it. Was like, that's not who you would jump to, especially in a serious role.
I kind of wish I could talk about this week's episode because it's germane a little bit, but I can't, so I won't.
Okay. We'll put a pin in that and hopefully remember that
I will
on
definitely
Sunday.
not. But yeah, no, like I love Kevin Pollak. I love the idea of them getting wrapped up because it's Nandor. Like he is proven, if nothing else, to be a fool for whatever the moment throws at him. And like he just stumbles into stuff. But to see Laszlo, who is goofy and sort of quirky dumb, but not like stupid, fall into the same pitfall of showbiz, I guess we could call it. I thought that was really funny too, especially with his background of making adult films and like just him always trying to be relevant. I don't know.
Yeah. No, that seems good enough.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked their dynamic throughout this. Guillermo, I feel like he's just become a throwaway character.
Yeah, definitely in this one.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, he's the catalyst for the final joke during the credits, but that was about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, their whole A story was a little bit. Well, I like the B story more. So let's talk a little bit about the B story. So B story is Colin Robinson has a friend who has invited him over to dinner. Yeah. And he really loves this friend. I mean, this is like his only friend that he hasn't wanted to fucking drain because he's, you know, like he just thinks he's cool or whatever. They talked about basketball, like that was their thing. His friend moved on to other things and then finally invites him over. And so he asked Nadja to be his +1, or she actually like.
Yeah, I was like, he didn't ask. Yeah. She fucking forced her way in.
But he was like, ended up being okay with it, you know, in the end. Especially once he got there and saw what it really was. And I feel like I've been here before.
Dude. Yeah, man. Yeah.
You're like, yeah, on Sunday I was there.
Yeah, I wasn't going to bring it up, but, you know.
There's like this moment where I was like looking at my wife. Have we fucked in front of them yet? She's like, what? What are you talking about? Of course we have. Have we?
It was pretty funny.
No. I thought it was. My jokes usually don't land, so if anyone giggles, then I'm happy.
I think they're fucking funny. Just because your wife doesn't think it's funny, you know, whatever.
Thank you. Yeah, no, but ultimately, like this he was so invested in his friend that when him and his wife were sort of going through a spat, we'll call it, he sat with the wife to sort of blow up his friend. Like, you know, you need to stay with him. And he just listened to her, and that forced her to fall in love with him. And so all she wanted to do was fuck Colin Robinson. And we don't live in a world where anyone ever wants to fuck Colin Robinson. So it was just like, what?
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's also somebody that married Gabe from The Office, so I get it.
He is so awesome as an actor.
He is.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think I've ever seen him in anything other than The Office.
Oh, he was in the Silicon Valley. He was great.
Oh yeah, I never watched that.
Oh gosh, he's been in. Oh, you haven't?
Mm-mm.
I think you would dig it if you ever got a chance. There's that. There's another thing I've seen him in too. But in any case, he's a really funny actor, and he just has great dry humor. Just like
absolutely
nails it, just like sand. And you're just like, you motherfucker. Great in this, especially at the very end where he's just like, I need you to fuck my wife. Oh, but I'll be there watching you, so it'll be okay.
Right. And at the end when he's leaving, yeah, come back, fuck my wife. Oh, I
just
like
can't
that.
understand that mentality, but I love seeing it in a humorous context like this. It's just so great. So great. I actually had swinger. Well, I guess I still kind of do have swinger friends. It's weird. It's weird.
Always seems like a great idea, and then it's like, I have a hard enough time disappointing one woman. I don't know if I got
have a hard time disappointing her.
Yeah, it's a struggle. So couldn't imagine trying to disappoint more than one person.
Chris imagines Colin playing Colin. Now, here's the question. Are you meaning to say you're imagining Colin playing with Colin Robinson? Or are you meaning to say you have all you can see is Colin playing Colin? Because they're two different things.
No, I think it's one and the same.
Okay.
Never mind. I'm not going to continue that thread. Let's just leave it there.
It's After Hours horrific podcast.
Yeah.
It's on
That's
the
what you guys don't
OnlyFans
see
account.
after we turn off the cameras.
It's the 3 hours before and after. There's a lot of sweat and just bleach smell.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the 1,000-yard stare.
I've seen some shit, man.
Oh, man. We love you, Colin.
Fuck yeah.
I can't wait for What We Do in the Shadows game that we're going to be playing.
Dude.
Very soon, people. Very soon.
Very soon. It is going to be so fucking
on the sister
funny.
channel. Watch it just be like the worst. Like we're trying so hard that it's just unwatchable.
I have a feeling it's either going to be comedic gold or that. No in between.
Yeah, 100%. No one's going to watch this and be like, oh, that's how Vampire the Masquerade is played. They're going to watch it and go, what the fuck?
Why am I watching this? I knew I had bad taste, but damn.
I need to reevaluate my life choices. Huh. Yeah, I thought it was hilarious that this woman was trying to fuck Colin Robinson, and Colin Robinson was like, no, I just want to be friends with this dude. Mm-hmm. Like, that's all I want. So much so that when he finds out that their thing now is not so much watching basketball because now he's married, it's watching Top Chef because that's what she likes. And so Colin Robinson goes to the bathroom and just learns everything about Top Chef there is to know, comes out and just starts dropping info bombs about Top Chef. Never having watched Top Chef once, I'm assuming everything he said was right. I don't know.
I too am in that boat.
Okay. So yeah.
Like,
100%.
who the fuck watches cooking competitions? That's just stupid. Moving on.
Cricket. Then we cut back to Laszlo and Nandor fighting over swag. Mm-hmm. I want that sweater.
Give me that hooded sweatshirt. God, that
He's
shit
like
was
talking about how great it is because it has a flap in the back that you could pull up over your head.
Like a hood.
So stupid.
And a pouch on the front reminiscent of a kangaroo.
Yes! Oh my gosh, I forgot about the kangaroo. Hilarious. Goddamn funny.
And then the best part is when he finally says, fuck it, he goes into the wardrobe to steal shit. Nandor comes in and he's wearing all this shit from previous seasons, and then they get in a fucking fight about it.
So cool. And then at the end, they give Guillermo the hat.
Mm-hmm.
Because they love him.
Yep. And then throw the actor guy. Just take a picture with him. Nah.
Then that was like the running joke to the whole thing. They would just grab someone and throw them in the bushes. Mm-hmm. They would just like hit the house and fall into the bushes. It's like they must have like 8 people like laying in those fucking bushes. It's ridiculous. Mm-hmm. It was such a strange episode. Like the more we talked about it, there are like really funny parts, but it's just like, what?
Yeah, that's how it felt the whole time. I'm kind of like, this is fucking funny, but what the hell is going on?
Yeah, so odd. So odd. And it does seem like Laszlo is going like the nth degree. Like he's almost achieved like Jack Nicholson level of becoming a caricature of himself. Like Walken or something, Like he is no longer Matt Berry. He is Matt Berry playing Matt Berry in a Matt Berry production directed by Matt Berry.
Yep, and I'm all for it.
Very, very strange. Every time I see him, I just can't. Now he will be synonymous with this role, which is fine, but he's always just Matt Berry. I don't know. All right. Well, weird episode, though I enjoyed it. Yeah. It was fun. This week's episode is infinitely better for a number of wonderful reasons, and I can't wait to talk about it next week whenever we get an opportunity to. So, any favorite parts?
Just the repeated throwing people at the roof. Like, so goddamn funny.
I loved seeing old boy trying to convince Colin to fuck his wife.
Yeah.
I just thought that was just like so unbelievable that it had to be hilarious. It was just so funny. And then just Nadja doing her best to pretend like she's in love with Colin.
Oh my God. Yeah, the fucking tongue in the face every time he walks by. It's like, that's great. But yet he tries to sneak a kiss from her and she's like, ew, no.
Yeah, it's so funny. It's like they're actually a married couple.
Yeah.
Like that's what real people do.
Yeah, that was very real. Yeah.
At least that's what my wife and I do. I don't know if anyone else does that, but it rang true for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my favorite was definitely that part. Did you have a least favorite part?
No.
Yeah. I mean, it's what we do in the shadows. What are you going to do? Like, it's fun. You're going to enjoy it. You're not going to regret watching it, and you'll laugh.
Even for being the weakest episode so far of this season, like, it's still pretty damn funny.
Yeah. Better than Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
Did you watch the episodes?
Oh, no, not yet. I haven't brought myself to do it.
There are times when you're like, this reminds me of, and then the music will come in, and you're just like, oh, now they're just being lazy. They're telling you what it reminds you of with the music.
I kind of assumed it was going to be like that. So, yeah, I'm going to get incredibly baked tonight and try to, tough it out.
If we end up doing a review of like the first 2 episodes or whatever, it's going to be mostly me yelling. Because like, you don't dumb down Star Wars. It's already for kids. Mm-hmm. It's baked in. You don't have to
Chris.
Make it worse.
Yeah, that's the shit. Yeah, I don't understand that. Just like with fucking Resistance.
Oh, right.
It's like you don't need to do that. Like
it's already meant for 11-year-old boys. Like for fuck's sake. When you dumb it down so much more in order to really sell it, it's no longer Star Wars. It's literally anything. Anyway, that's not what this is. Sorry, I didn't mean to go off on a tangent. We'll have that out, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if that one happens.
Might just be a dinner conversation between the two of us over tea in our dresses and hats. All right. Well, thank you all so much for tuning into this episode of review of What We Do in the Shadows episode.
Yep.
Evil spelled backwards is live. So get out there. Fuck your vampire girlfriend's wife and be evil.
Throw somebody to roof.
Yeah.
I just loved how nonchalant it was. Like that shit just kind of happens on the regular.
Yeah, it's normal. It's part of life.
Yeah. I mean, I've been on sets before. It seems like